you very kindly. How do y'all feel out there? Oh, I'm there. And on this tune, I'm gonna take you there. Do you wanna go there? I'm gonna take you there, baby. Just hang on, okay? Before I go any further, I like to come out my sheet so you can see what I'm doing. They say if it's all night, it's gonna be all right, baby. So you know what I'm talking about.
And the horn sound.
Indeed.
Brother Dale.
Yes, sir.
You don't
I
mind.
want you
So
to
look,
tell
man, you already know, man. If you out there, you watching the show, you gotta give it up to the man above, man. He woke you up today, put your feet on solid ground. You got a job, you got your health, you got your family, you got your wealth. Look, man, what else you asking for? If you asking for anything else, you asking for too much. On the discussion, we give it up to the man above, because we thankful, we grateful, we have the viewers, we have you, and the man above has showered down blessings on the show. So look, right now, just put your ones up like this. Oh boy.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of The Discussion. You are now rocking with the bad guy CJDove, alongside my esteemed, the honorable, the self-proclaimed good guy.
Indeed,
Mr.
man.
Facts himself,
Indeed,
What's
it's your
going
boy,
What
Mr. Facts, E-Dale, man. Hey, look, holla at your boys, man. We out here.
What's going on, kid?
Well, you know, I'm just, chilling, man, and kicking it, man. Kind of just, boring day with work, same old 9 to 5 type stuff.
Boring day at work, huh?
How about yourself, man?
Yo, life is good, man. Life is good, man. You know, blessed, highly favored. You know,
Okay.
Fortunate to be here with my such a incredible co-host and friend, man. You know,
Hey, man, listen, I'm happy to be here, man. As always, I look forward to the opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying?
well, you don't look like you look forward to it with the clothes, the attire.
Well, I
that
had
you
to
chose
do
put
listen,
on today.
I really had to do this. I really had to do this
No,
today.
you didn't. You didn't have
listen,
to do
because I
it.
haven't done it so far, and the season has progressed, and it's 10 weeks in. Man, I had to represent today, bro. So I knew you was gonna hate on it. I knew you was gonna do that, but I don't see you
Well,
rocking. I don't see you rocking them G-men.
Why don't you represent some other time? The discussion is not the time nor the place.
I think it is, bro.
Broadcast our teams and shit.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm saying?
man. Come on, man. Don't be that way, man. Don't be that way, man.
Yo, I hate the Cowboys.
Why must CJ be like that?
Why must I chase the cat?
You chasing the cat?
No.
Man, is it meowing? Is it purring?
I don't know, man. Yo, shout out to everybody in the comment section. If it's your first time tuning in, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get your notifications each and every time we drop some new content.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And by
man.
the way, is the PayPal pinned above?
Man, you already know, man. Why you asking these questions?
The PayPal
is every day.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta do it. It's routine.
It's routine,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is.
The PayPal is pinned above. If you feel charity in your heart and feel the need to donate to worthy causes like hoodies for the homeless, you can do that via PayPal. And you can also do it with Cash App.
Yes,
at
indeed.
$CJDove and $23A Rick.
The only time you get to say my real name, you already know, man. Donate to the show. It's going through a worthy cause, man. The boys just out here, man, in the streets, man. We want to do good work for the community. So look, man, do not hesitate to donate, man. So click on that PayPal link, man. Hit us on the Cash App, man, like my partner said.
That's what's up, bro. So being that, we started a little late, man, we going to zoom right past.
Let's jump right into it. Let's
the
jump right
classic
into
of the
it.
day and just go straight into the topic, man.
Indeed, indeed.
Who you want to start with first?
Look, so young Dolph was gunned down. Reportedly picking up cookies for his mom at a cookie shop in Memphis. 2 gunmen ran up from what I saw in the video and just let loose. Like that, out in the parking lot, out in the glass, you know, just let loose. Right. You know, it was crazy to me, man. I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like these young guys, the rappers, man. They. Is it really that serious? Are we beefing? I mean, what is it? Is it the hip hop or is it the streets? Is it that serious that we got to kill each other? I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not saying that I don't get some of the things that go on in the streets, but I'm just saying, like, some of the things you guys are making millions of dollars.
Right.
With families.
From the looks of it and from what I've read, homie, that's his hometown. And he felt, I guess, a sense of security being home. From my understanding, he would go to grocery stores and different things like that on his own. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's a lot of different things that we got to look into when we start talking about this situation. To be honest with you, I am not well versed with the career of Young Dolph.
Yeah.
I don't listen to him enough to know what type of messages he send off in his music and things of that nature.
Right.
Do you?
A couple of his songs I've heard, but I have never just like searched him and bought an album or pulled up his album. But it's a couple songs I heard that he got, and they hot, they hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's just, you know what I mean? His music is great. He got good music.
Well, what I'm saying by that, through whatever he perpetuates it, I don't know what type of messages he sends in his music.
If
he's a gangbanger or...
Well, he's a gangster, I guess, supposedly. I mean, just like, you know what I mean? He tell you really he's not, he just tell you he's a king, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, and it's been reported, a lot of stories are being reported coming from this now. You know, like as far as who could have possibly had something to do with it.
Right.
And those type of things, you know what I'm saying? So he was a street guy for sure, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And had beef with, I guess, Gil Gotti and them, I guess. And
Crosstown rivals.
Crosstown rivals. I mean, but look, I'm not saying that that's what happened or if that was the truth, but that's just what's reported. You know what I'm saying? I heard another report from Soulja Boy, you know what I mean? And I, you know, just people that are going to be questioning because he was beefing with people or people beef with him, so.
Well, here's a report via, this is Fox News. They reported 3 independent law enforcement sources confirmed to Fox News that rapper Young Dolph was shot and killed in Memphis on Wednesday afternoon. Maurice Hill, the owner of the shop where the shooting took place, Makita's Butter Cookies, told his employee, said Young Dolph, 36, walked into the store to buy cookies. Someone then drove up and shot him and killed him at the South Memphis Bakery.
Man, that's sad.
Shortly before 5 p.m., Memphis police released the preliminary information about the shooting. Officers said that the investigation is pointing to Young Dolph being the victim, but they said the identification process has not been completed.
Man.
They have, the shooters are on camera.
Right. They have the shooters on camera.
They masked up in this still that I see here. It's sad, man.
So how you like? Cause he was a guy that was beloved in his music and had a huge fan base. Now and then he did have two Duke University students come on stage with him. They got fired for playing his music at a coffee shop at Duke University, right here in North Carolina, where we are, right up the street.
But why would they be?
So no, I'm just saying he got a huge fan base. So he do things for his community.
Oh, okay, I get all of that. But what I'm saying is, why were they banned for playing his music?
I don't know. They just said the coffee shop fired the 2 employees for playing his music, and he brought them on stage. I was watching the video of it today. I watched a bunch of content, and videos with him in it for the last couple of days, day or two. Yeah, so I was, shocked, so he got a huge following. He really does.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of him, but I just never really took the time to really listen to him like that. So I'm going to be very cautious with what I say because I don't know
his history,
and ins and outs of what's going on.
Well, look, that's understandable, but I'm, as far as from his music, man, he just was doing his thing, trying to get his cake up, and he was just letting dudes know, look, I ain't signing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm making my own cake. I'm a king too. I'm not an employee. I'm a boss. So.
Well, it say here that he was a frequent visitor to that same bakery. And then latest news, somebody got killed at a memorial for him.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man. See, and this is what I'm saying, like,
And this was today.
and somebody else was killed
Right.
at a memorial, so this could possibly be linked to this. You know what I'm saying? His murder.
It probably is.
Man, this is tragic. Like, how should the community feel about this? You know what I'm saying? Why? I mean,
And then there was they took other precautions the day that this occurred, where I want to say somebody's house got shot up.
yeah, they did say that Yo Gotti's
Grandmother's
mother house got shot up, and
Right.
somebody else's what's his name? Black Boot. What's his name? The other guy from Memphis. I can't. The one always showing his money on the Instagram. What's his name? Gangsta Black or something. Yeah,
Black youngster.
Black youngster. His
Right.
his grandmother house was shot up. So look, I don't know like if that's linked, if it's all linked together, but like this is like some crazy serious drama. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just playing out like in the media. You know what I'm saying? Like these.
Yeah, around 3:30 p.m. today, a man was shot near the memorial for young Dolph. The Memphis Police Department said the shooting happened at the Family Dollar, right next door to the coffee shop where young Dolph was murdered. 3 people were detained in connection to the shooting after the man was not critically injured in the shooting. They have defaced it, like I'm looking at photos now, where they defaced the memorial. It's some crazy shit going on.
Oh man, like this is like one of those street beefs that's going on, man. And look, I don't know if they're gonna get many people to talk. You know what I'm saying? And behind this, because like, I mean, this dude was pretty huge. A lot of those guys in Memphis are huge. It almost seems like a turf war. Why are we fighting over turf when we all getting millions? That would be my question. You know what I'm saying? To the hip hop community, you don't even have to live like this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even have to live like that. You guys getting millions. You know what I'm saying? You got guys on the street that have to live this way, you know what I'm saying? Or that's just been living this way for so long that they can't come out of it and there's nothing for them. So I'm like, I mean, this whole thing, man, I'm perplexed by it, man.
Yeah, and then it brings forth another question. Like when you see people talking about keep it real, and you know, for the ones who leave that environment and don't come back,
right?
They get ridiculed for it,
right? Yeah,
and the ones who try to stay in the community and like this is just off of my reading here. They're talking about a lot of different things that young Dolph did in the community.
Right.
But if he's doing that in the community and is still a self-proclaimed gangster,
well,
is that taken away from?
Well, he taught trap music, like Al said. Al made a comment. Al said his music was all hustler talk, trap talk, but he didn't do violence in his raps and was very limited with any gun talk. You can get through a whole project and hear gun talk less than a handful of times. So, I mean, he wasn't, you know, I guess, talking about, you know, a bunch of, like I said, I heard some of his cuts. I never heard a whole album of his, but I heard some cuts, looked at some videos, and it was pretty dope.
Right.
You know, I got to say, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, this whole situation, and that kind of goes back to the, you know, the last episode where we was talking about, you know, has hip hop become detrimental, or has it always been detrimental to?
So let me ask you a question.
The minds of the youth.
I'm gonna ask you an important question. I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit.
Let's go.
Right now, if you was in the game and you had a record deal, you was this huge star, millionaire, would you come back to your home state and live, your hometown, live? I mean, I know you could do stuff, but would you just like come back and live in the hood?
Live in the hood? No.
I mean, just and be like roaming the hood, like that, being that popular without security and all of those things.
But see, once again, it's all about the image you put out. You understand? You can do all of these positive things in the community, but if you're still perpetuating a certain lifestyle where people are still looking at you like a gangster, you're not a civilian, then you're kind of defeating the purpose.
Because if you're in the street making moves, you selling drugs, it doesn't matter what you are. You can be a gangster, be whatever you are. If you're selling drugs, somebody going to try you for your sack or whatever it's going to be. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. I mean, no, you can't predict what will happen. doing, street business. Even if you're in legal business, you can't predict what happens doing street business. Anything could happen. You just never know.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So like you say, I mean, if he was really doing things for his community and really trying to change things, but if he was still living the street life, I mean,
he don't even have to be living the street life. If you're still putting out that energy, whether it's just through music or some form of entertainment or whatever, if you're putting that type of energy out into the universe, that's what you're gonna get in return. It's almost like I think it was Snoop who was on something, and he was just saying how they used to go to parties and be, you go in there with a certain energy, like if anybody tries something, we gonna be ready to go, and you know what I mean, like that type of energy where you going into there with that energy. But he said now he don't move with that type of energy. When he go in the party now, it's like, what's up, yo? Like, you know what I mean?
What's happening?
Like it's so
he created a safe zone.
A safe zone for himself, and I think somebody in that position, it doesn't matter how much you are doing for the community. There's always. I don't even want to present myself to make somebody feel like they tougher than me. Right. I would like to think of myself as not being a tough guy. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I stay in my lane. I don't bother nobody. Let me do me over here.
Right. That's why I always say, man, look, I'm just a regular civilian.
Just a regular guy.
I don't want any issues. Look, I want to take care of my family. Look, I don't want to die right now. I'm too young to be out here trying to rush my life. You know what I mean? And I had to sleep. I guess, you know what, and it all depends on, let me just say this, because I know I'm all over the place. I would be curious to know, like, how much a lot of these hip-hop guys value their life and their families' lives.
Right.
That's what that's what I would want to ask, right? How much do you value your life? Mm-hmm. Right? Because until you understand what your life is worth or who you are as a person, you leave those behaviors alone, because that's like childish behavior. You know what I'm saying? Especially for an adult. Right. You know what I'm saying? For an adult, like when I hear adults 25, 30, 40 years old saying that they're in gangs and things like that, I'm like, bruh, I mean, you're a grown man. Right. I mean, you mean to tell me you're a grown man representing childish things? Right. But it's just crazy, man. So look, I got a lot of thoughts. I'm all over the place. I got a bunch of emotions about this. Look, I could talk about this for days.
Yeah, and this one, like I said, man, I don't want to dive too deep into it because I really don't know this young man's history. Right. I just know it's a sad loss for his community, for his family, for the ones that really cared about him and loved him, his fans as well. Right. Right,
because that was an execution style murder.
Yeah.
Right. They knew they was going to kill him, and they had the proper artillery.
From everything that I'm reading,
it was a hit.
It's a underlining street beef.
It is
that's going on.
That was a hit.
Because you got people dying on both sides. Like I said, man, like
families' houses
we've
getting shot up.
This type of shit. We've covered this type of stuff so much. A lot of it is dealing with Chicago and stuff. These kids are going to have taken it to a whole nother level of disrespect.
They have.
You saw the same thing go on with Nipsey Hussle, where people were disrespecting memorials. We've seen some of these young dudes pissing on graves.
Taking bodies out the funeral while the funeral services.
Taking the bodies out of the funeral
service while the service is going on. Gang members.
And you know, a lot of people don't like Charleston White.
Right.
But a lot of what he says, you might not like his delivery.
Right.
But a lot of what he says is true. And we have to change the narrative on how we view some of these people.
Right. Exactly.
He says he's out to totally assassinate the blood narrative, the Crip narrative, the narrative when it comes to these rappers and how we view them.
Right.
Which I don't want to go all the way there, like I said, because I don't know much about young Dolph. But, you know, it kind of ties into this. Like, you know, when you see what's going on, is this, what are these kids thinking about?
Man, look, I'm going to tell you.
I mean, the man is already dead. Why would you go disrespect his memorial?
Right. And look, and that's a lot of bravery. That's what I'm saying was what he did was it that egregious? I mean, for you to storm up like that in someone else's place of business and risk other lives to ensure that you kill him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, it's like a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Because look, these things really happen in the streets. I mean, look, I'm not a stranger to any of this. You know what I'm saying? To how these things happen in the street and all of that. So that's what I'm saying. Look, you got to be careful, man. You got to take care of yourself. You just got to live a different life. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting money, I help my people out, my community out. Look, but man, I'm not going and live in a community where I know they're gonna hate on me and not really have the love, because everybody's not gonna love you, and I'm not saying everybody's gonna hate you. Look, I would just rather come in, handle my business, do what I got to do, and look, it's not gonna be a bunch of hanging out and doing all that extra stuff, and you know what I'm saying, because those things like that are very real. You know what I'm saying? So,
and shout out to Al, who got an interesting comment, who said, whatever it was deeper than rap. They put 100 shots in his van 4 years ago. They shot him 3 times in L.A. a little later.
Right.
By his music, you would never know. You would never even know.
Right, because he didn't respond to the Soulja Boy. When Soulja Boy said he'll put 100 racks on his head, he never responded to that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's a lot about this dude that I'm not privy to. It's sad, and I saw a study, man, that said that since 1970, almost 10 million African American men have been killed
By each other.
10 million. 10 million.
You think of how if those 10 million people were here, the population of this is why the African American community don't grow. Right. This is why we stay between like 11 and 13% in population, right? Because we're either going to prison or we're either killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm not making an excuse. And look, because I've been out there before, so I'm not saying that I'm just this good old wholesome guy, right? Because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I understand. But there are other alternatives. You have options, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not like you don't have options. Why would I just think about it. You want to stay home, and sometimes you can make great money, but you want to be home all day out in the open, people listening, just kicking it for nothing all day?
So let me ask you a question. And everything you just said kind of ties into this. Do you think it's far-fetched to say that the black man in America is headed for extinction?
No. Look, and this is I've said this a couple of years ago. I mean, if black people don't get it together, we are going to be extinct, right? Because look, a group of people that doesn't even grow in population becomes extinct, right? We haven't grown.
Because if you take into account the 10 million plus people, we only represent about 13%
of the population.
Of the population,
right?
Anyway,
but we never rose more than 13%. I don't think ever.
So then you take that into consideration. Then you take in consideration how many of us are locked up in prison.
Right.
Then take into account how many of us are homosexuals.
Mm-hmm.
Then take into account how many black women are, how the black woman views us. Even on my show, Adam versus Eve, somebody had made the comment one day that, you know, they really wouldn't want to bring a black young man into the world.
And that's sad to say. So, right? Because we're playing a part to their narrative, right? The whole goal is to interrupt black procreation. Mm-hmm. Right? It's to eliminate like we're 13% of the population, but we have more abortions.
Right.
How is that possible? I mean, look, I'm just saying, all these things, look, these are things that you can go look up.
Right, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, these are things that I've been talking about for years. Right, you have to be able to look. Y'all understand each other. Y'all know how each other move in the black community. I just don't see why we fighting over turfs or streets, or we fighting over a chick, or we fighting over a couple of dollars, or we fighting over this. Listen, I'm telling you, there's people out here that's getting rich by connecting the world together. I mean, through just moving products globally. You know what I'm saying? Get involved. If you don't get involved, you're gonna be left behind. You got to get involved. I mean, look, we out here in the street, and that's why I said, until I understood how to value my life, I'm speaking to myself, until I understood the value of my life, I'm like, look, and it's like, it's so crazy. It's certain things that I won't even do or won't even go near.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know, you know what I'm saying? Like what could transpire, what could happen. So I try to place myself in positions, even though I know it's not always 100% certain that I'm going to be safe, but I try to put myself in a space where, I mean, the chances of that happening is slim.
Slim, right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's all you can really do. You know, anything can happen at any time, man. You could be innocent people get killed all the time. However, you can decrease your chances of getting killed by, you know, moving safe and watching who you deal with, and, you know, staying away from, you know, street politics and all of that.
Right.
Especially when you won't have nothing to do with it.
Man, it's crazy.
Like, it's so many different ways. But that was a thought that I just had when I was sitting there thinking and reading this stuff, and I'm just like, you know, can we survive with all of these things against us?
Man, it's hard to tell. It's hard. I mean, we can. I ain't gonna never say we can't. We can. It's just we're gonna have to. Black people mentally are gonna have to grow up. Mentally, I mean, look, because you have people. These people that are killing each other. A lot of these, especially these hip hop artists, you guys have the money and have the things, the things that it takes to build a community. You know what I'm saying? You guys have the money. You guys can come together and build communities. Don't kill each other. Get with each other and build communities. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just what I'm all about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about and look, just because I love black people to death, it doesn't mean that I don't like other cultures. You know what I'm saying? Because I still talk and I hold my culture accountable as well in my community. You know what I'm saying? So look, I think that I can speak on these things when it's, you know, things of this nature, as far as being in the street and then transitioning and living a different life. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had that experience. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that I can speak on these things. You know what I'm saying?
And we got to learn how to stick together.
We got to stick together.
Because, I mean, you know, when you start talking about black American men, the black American community, we are the most forgiving people in the history of the world.
The most forgiving and divisive people in the world.
We forgive everybody for what they do to us.
But look,
and we also want to join everybody. If you just look around, every other ethnic group, they have their own thing. You understand what I'm saying? The Chinese, the Italians, you know, so forth and so on. Even some that considered black.
Right.
But if they're not black American,
right,
the Haitians stick together.
Everyone stick together.
You know what I mean?
For the black Americans.
Except for the black American, we always so eager to go join.
It doesn't matter.
Else's.
Listen, it doesn't matter where we go, and that's why I started to make it my business is to be like a greeter. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in places and I'm seeing people, I'm smiling. Hey, how you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Black people, the minute we see each other in places or other places, we looking to see if we recognize each other, or if he's from somewhere else, or if you don't like, you immediately just watching a mean mugging. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, these are childish things. I get it, because I used to be the same way. I'm not going to say a word to you. You know, and we got to break those habits. It's all about building good habits. Black people need to build better habits for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm all for, look, I'm going to tell the parents out there, start spanking your kids, whoop their ass. Right? Because that's the problem. You can't whoop their ass. Damn what the judge say. I'm going to whoop your ass while you're little, so when you get older, you won't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
How many ass whoopings did you get as a kid?
Well, I ain't going to say, you know, I did get a lot. I really didn't get many. I got a couple, you know, a couple tough ones. I had a couple tough ones. You know what I mean? I got beat up more than I got whooped.
By P-Funk.
By P-Funk. Guys in the neighborhood. I mean, I got beat up more than I got whooped. You know what I mean? I didn't get a bunch of whoopings. I mean, if I did something really egregious that made my mom really upset,
right,
or my dad really upset, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so, you know, like I said, rest in peace to young Dolph, and, you know, we send our condolences
to his family, man, and his children, man.
Right.
Let's not forget the families that's involved in this situation, man, because, look, the way it looks is like it's probably going to get worse before it get better.
Right.
You know?
Which brings us, and another thing, too, where we start talking about, you know, building up the black community, I hope for his sake that his finances and different things were in line. I just recently saw a story about the DMX children. All received less than $50,000, and I think that's sad, man. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
All those millions of dollars,
all them records he sold, all the people that he touched, it's you see stuff like that, man. It just
Terrible, man. It's
just
terrible.
do something to you. So I don't know if young Dolph has children or whatever, but I hope everything is in line for him.
But I mean that's a good segue into this next topic before we end the show, because I did want to touch on this little baby situation. I mean it falls right back in line still with what we're talking about, even though it's not like that or egregious. But it's a lot being said about this story as well. So
speak on it, bruh. Speak on it.
I mean, the baby he went on live, had his kid mom up there on live with him. I guess he was trying to get her out the house. I don't know for what reason. He just, and the way he was talking to her. And then at one point she had the kid on her. Look, I'm not saying that what he did was wrong, like recording her so he wouldn't get himself in trouble. I just don't like the way he did it. You know what I'm saying? You out posting with people, whatever she did. Like he can't. Well, I guess in the video he said that she was stalking his first baby mama and some other stuff, and But look, I just think that that's childish. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The hip hop community, even our community, we gotta grow up. That was just childish. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world or it was egregious. I'm not putting him in a category of beating on women. I'm not saying that about the baby. I'm just saying he could have handled that better. He's just not a mature person. Mentally, he's not. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on that. And he has a history of that. We said that on the show last year when we used to talk about the baby and guys like Boosie. Like, we expect them to do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. How you feel about it? I'm pretty sure you feel differently than me, but I just want to. I'm just giving
I don't want to get myself in no hot water. And I said that before the show started. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I couldn't really tell whether a man did anything wrong.
Well, I don't think he did anything wrong either. It's just that the way he handled it.
I mean, how else do you handle that?
Leave. And then come back later.
Leave your own?
Well, leave and go get do whatever you have to do the necessary things, but don't do it on live like that. Leave, say I'm gonna go this, and I'm gonna make sure that you're, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go on. And then if it's your kid mother, look, I'm gonna get you a place, this is your place, you know what I mean? Because look, that's your kid mother. You got money. Because
as somebody who's, if you've been through it with a woman, as most of us have, they not very receptive to whatever it is that you're saying.
Right, but he's in the public eye. We're not. A lot of these stories don't get told. His is told just because he's in the public eye and he went live and who he is. That's what I'm saying. That's why I disagree with him going live.
Oh, you disagree with him going
live? I disagree with the live part. Let me say that. Yeah, let me be very clear. I disagree with him going live with it like that.
Because I really
because he said some of the things to her like you my bitch, or I mean he was just look. I don't think that was for live.
But see, this is where once again it's almost like you could tie this whole hip hop being detrimental shit to everything that's going on now.
Right.
Because in a lot, and believe me, I was late to this party, but a lot of these things are normal and acceptable to these young kids.
And it's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just like chicks calling each other bro. Now, back in the days, two homegirls might call each other, that's my bitch, that's my homie, that's my, you understand?
Right.
We got to a point where all I can say is have a conversation with your young ones, and you can get a clearer picture of what's going on. And I'm not saying that I condone it.
Right.
I don't condone it. However, she didn't seem to be, and I'm judging this based on her. How did she respond when he called her out her name like that?
She was up, like she was kind of, I don't know, the whole situation was just real. I mean, weird to me.
The way I look at it, if I call my woman a bitch,
I'm gonna flip out and hit you upside the head.
She probably gonna hop on your ass, man.
Well, I don't know. She didn't want to do it, but not on live. She couldn't do it on Instagram Live. That's definitely a charge.
Well, she got charged anyway.
Yeah, but still, look at how much it would have been. She got a kid and all that. Look, that's why I say this wasn't a situation for live. That's why I say he should have just left. Got whoever he has that in control of his businesses and handled that situation. Because look, first of all, why you got her in there if you're feeling this way about her? You got her laid in the crib, laid up. I mean, look, I'm not knocking him. This is what people do. I'm not knocking him.
I think Al said it best. I just read Al's comment where he said he wasn't wrong, but he wasn't mature, which is along the lines of what we say here.
Yeah, I'm listen. I'm not saying the baby did something that egregious where we should be. Hey, the baby this. No, I'm just saying I just don't think that he handled it in a mature fashion. That's all I'm saying. There's better ways to handle it. I think he was really trying to get bullets for a court case. Right? That's why he kept saying, you're not together. You already know what it is. You just my bitch. That's why he was saying that like that. I think he's trying to use that in case a case come. He's trying to have bullets. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think that was about. I just, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, look, more power to him. If that's how he lived, that's how he want to live. All I'm saying is you got kids looking up to you. Right. We just talked about this on the last show, how detrimental hip-hop is to you. If you say you're a leader and you want to be a leader, and you want to bring people up out of poverty or help the people in the community, I mean, look, act like it. I mean, I'm not saying that you're gonna be perfect. You may get caught with your draws down here and there, but I'm just saying you did this, took it upon yourself to go live. Right. The baby mama didn't go live.
But that's you
took it upon yourself.
We living in. They go live with anything now. It's almost like that's normal. Right. They put their whole life in front of the camera. Right. Right. So yeah, man, look, it is what it is. I just say more power to him. I think that he just need to grow up. I think that in the community like that, the hip hop community that's so huge and so vast. I mean, come on. I mean, look, what are we doing? Let's talk to each other, man. Let's help each other. Let's coach each other through these things, man. You know what I'm saying? These hidden cultures within these cultures, it's not good, man. You know what I'm saying? Be a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're going to close out the show. Tell the people where they can find us at, man. So look, man, you already know, like I've been telling you, man, I told you we was going to be everywhere in every corner where you can find us. SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, man. Listen, I'm telling you, we are there, man. Tune in, subscribe, hit the like button, man. Follow us, man. And guess what? Most importantly, come back and listen and share that to your friends, man, because we here, the discussion with C&E. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, 6 p.m. You know we black, so we might not be on time, but we gonna always arrive. Until next Tuesday, peace.